Hey guys, my name's Nick. I think I've got a lot of stories to tell since I'm always getting into trouble. Most of them are cringeworthy and stupid. Sometimes very funny though. But the one I'm about to tell you is the one where things got really bad. Some of you might say I deserved it, and if that's the case, I don't really care what you think. Well, here's the story. I can tell you that I've never, ever been good. At least my parents have been saying that I've caused them troubles for years. They work a lot, so we never spend much time together. But, well, I never needed them anyway. I just live the way I want. And everyone hates me for being me. That's the thing. Every time I fight with my parents, they bring up all the same stuff. Me not studying, me breaking stuff, me being aggressive and rude. I hate it. It's not just my parents either. It's also my teachers, my aunts and uncles, and random adults who don't even know anything about my life. Anyway, this particular thing happened in May. My dad had gotten another call from the school about me being useless and stupid, and got mad. I mean, really mad. I wasn't allowed to leave the house for the weekend, and I had to sit down and study for 2 days straight. If I left the house, unless it was on fire or something, or switched on my PlayStation, or got distracted in any other way, I would not be able to go and stay with my older brother Kev for the summer. And this is the thing I live for. He lives 300 miles away, and he's basically the only person who doesn't call me an idiot all the time. We have a lot of fun, play FIFA, go fishing, and just hang out. It's the best time of the year. And if my parents say I'm staying home, they mean it. So I could not blow this. On Saturday they left, and were going to be back that night. I was home by myself, but I guess they asked the neighbors to watch me, or maybe they put a camera somewhere, because they'd never trust me alone like that. And I was really going to sit in my room and read a textbook. But then my friend Justin texted me that he had found an abandoned hospital on the other side of town by the river and asked if I wanted to take a look. Hell yes, I did. I could leave from the first-story window, jump over the fence in the backyard, and be at a bus stop in 30 seconds. I'd been studying for about an hour and a half already, which was totally driving me crazy. Long story short, I went, met Justin, and on our way to the abandoned hospital, we saw a man in the river. So the whole thing is on a riverbank, and there's a very low wooden bridge, which is pretty old too. And I recognized that the figure in the river was Old Man Charlie. He's like a local celebrity here. This guy's literally 100 years old, but he's like a cyclist and a runner and a super active guy and the honorary citizen of our town, or whatever. He's a swimmer too, but at that point, I just saw him drowning. Justin froze because he was confused and had no idea what to do, while I rushed to the river and jumped in the water. Kev and I swim every day in the summer, so I swim pretty well, I guess. I didn't ask myself any questions in that moment, but later I learned that the old man was riding his bicycle over the bridge, felt bad, and fell into the water. I got him out of the river and onto dry land. It wasn't easy, but I thought he was probably planning to live for at least a couple more days. Justin was there when we got out, ready to help. I told him to call an ambulance. Charlie was breathing, but he didn't seem to be conscious, or at least he wasn't taking in anything that was happening. I stayed there for a while, but when I heard the ambulance siren in the distance, I realized I might get into real trouble for this. I was supposed to be at home studying, and our town is pretty small, so the story would surely get back to my parents. And this just could not happen. So I asked Justin to get into the water for a second to get wet, and to tell the paramedics that it was all him who saved the old man, and that there was nobody else. He agreed, and after a few minutes, I was already on the bus, soaking wet, desperately trying not to attract much attention. I was home way before my parents were, and even managed to wash and dry my clothes. Everything was quiet for the rest of the day. In the evening, I heard that the old man was fine, and he thanked Justin, who followed him to the hospital, for saving his life. He said he felt really awkward, and we kind of laughed it off. The first thing I saw next morning, Justin was on the local news, and that was just the beginning. With Charlie being old and famous, and in addition of getting off pretty easy, like not being injured or anything, in everyone's eyes, Justin was now a hero. And he didn't mind. I mean, yeah, he was being a good friend and stuff, but I could see that he was enjoying the attention as he told the story that never happened over and over again. Still, for the whole first day, I was feeling relieved that it was all turning out that way. But then, things got a little bit crazy. Teachers at the school were talking about Justin. He got some kind of award for his courage. The next time we were hanging out downtown, several people came up to him to tell him how awesome he was for saving the old man. I was there right beside him, and I was starting to get really annoyed with all of this. My life didn't change much, but a lot of stuff started to show. I still would not hear a single good thing about myself from anyone at home or school, and I was still treated like I was totally useless. It peaked when my parents told me that I'd never do anything like what Justin did with saving the old man, because I only care about myself. I didn't say anything at that time, but when we had our regular fight the next day, I lost it, and I shouted that it was me who saved the guy. It was me who was the hero. I regretted it that next second because I'd rather get zero credit for this than not see my brother for the whole summer. But, I mean, it's even funny now. My parents did not believe me. They said that I was just trying to get credit for something I didn't do. Since I have nothing to be proud of myself for, I just had to agree. I finished the school year okay, and in June I went to live with Kev for the whole summer. Needless to say, he was the only one who believed me when I told him the whole story. And here's what he said. No matter what people around me say, I know who I am and what I'm capable of. And that is the only thing that matters, guys.